Solarion here, and I'm here with...
Quike Live.
Yes. And we're here to show you our walkthrough of armor piercing. Relatively difficult echo up, you know, but it's pretty easy once you know what to do. And we do.
We do.
Pretty simple technique, really. It's probably seen it a couple times, but we've got a unique way, I think.
So what we're doing here is we're grabbing the two snipers. There's a
thermal intervention, and there's also a Barrett 50 cal. I've got the 50 cal at the moment, and Quike Life has thermal intervention. Thermal in this is very important, so you can actually see through what's hopefully going to end up being a lot of dead bodies, which gets up there, a lot of juggernauts lying around. But yeah, and basically you're just staying in the spawn area, because if you leave, it becomes much more difficult, and the easiest thing to do is, since they can't shoot you while you're coming down the stairs, so you just stay down here and aim up and wait for them to come down and own them. You saw we placed claymores down as well. That was just to if they get through, which has happened, it does happen occasionally, it tends to stop about 2 or 3 of them before they can get down to you, which is fine.
And right here's the first kill. What we're doing here is just keep hitting him until he dies, pretty much.
The guy with the intervention has to be pretty careful with his bullet usage as well, because they've only got 5 bullets. The Barrett 50 cal can take out 2 juggernauts with 1 clip, because it only takes 5 bullets per, whereas the intervention requires 3 bullets per kill. Is what you said.
Yeah.
And you can only get like 1 a bit, really. So you need to be careful. Now, what you might have seen there was reloading. We staggered our reloads, so you're not reloading at the same time. Because if you reload at the same time, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to whenever a juggernaut might come down.
And it's extremely important, because if you're 2 reloading, and they can go down those stairs really fast, and by the time they get to that second level down,
they will shoot.
They will shoot you. So you have to be ready when they're coming down the stairs.
Yep.
We've just sped it up here.
Super fast. But you don't need to run up and get them. Some people, it shows them walkthroughs of them running all the way up to where that sort of watchtower type thing is, where you can shoot them coming down. That's completely unnecessary and actually leaves you over to a lot more risk. If you just stand in here, they know where you are and they will come find you. It's really just a matter of being patient.
It will take between about 20 to 10 minutes
10
to
to
finish.
20, you mean? Yeah, it really depends. Our first run was 17 minutes, but now it's down to about 10. Yeah. So it really just depends on how fast the juggernauts come down. There's very little you can actually do to speed up the process. But, you know, it does get a bit boring in the middle.
Coming up here, on the left side of this
you might be
staircase,
able to see it.
You can see it right there on the left. They run past there, and sometimes they will shoot you there, but very rarely.
It happens to us one time in this run through.
Yeah. See right there.
I'm aiming down there. They run along there. They can shoot you, but at the same time you can shoot them back if you happen to see them. But you don't tend to, so you're much better off focusing on the top of the stairwell.
And you've always got to have at least one person scoping up at the top of the stairwell.
We had a personal rule of every 2 minutes, but I mean, whatever works for you, you know. Just like we switched over every 2 minutes, just to, because really your left hand gets a bit tired from holding the triggering.
As you can see, it
gets
a bit boring.
There's no harm in doing that.
As it's supposed to be the hardest mission to do.
It's the hardest in the Echo Ops, yeah.
But it ends up being extremely easy.
Along with what's the name of the other op?
I have no idea.
The other one.
Yeah, we'll be. You can see there'll be a link to it.
It's the one in Favela with the 10 juggernauts. It's actually quite easy. The only hard echo op is wet work, really.
Yeah.
And that's because it's legitimately difficult as a whole mission. But yeah, this mission really isn't that hard, because you're pretty much just cheaping your way out by doing this. There's nothing wrong with that or anything. But yeah, if you've seen people run to the top there, you can take them out if you run up past where they're coming out and there's like a tower type thing. You can do that from there, but it's really difficult compared to what it normally is. And just staying down here is so much easier because they can't shoot you.
Definitely, we tried both methods, and this was
far easier.
Yeah.
You could practically do this in your sleep if you wanted.
You could say that.
We did say that. We did do it all half asleep, actually. So yeah.
It was about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. That is half asleep.
And you got to be careful, because when it gets to about 9... Oh, see, that's where they shoot you there. That's where they
do
shoot
you. About halfway through, they started shooting us from the left-hand side.
As we were explaining. But also, around about hostiles of 8, 9.
When you've taken out about 6 or 7,
Yeah.
they start to come in groups of 2.
2. And you've got to be really careful about this, because if you guys are reloading...
That's when the
you're gonna
reloads are
lose,
very important.
and you have to restart the whole thing.
You have to have very good communication with your teammate about what's going on, especially if you're the one without the thermal, because they've got a much better view than you do.
As here.
Because you can see the bullet holes and everything else makes it fairly difficult to see. Certainly doable, but it's not easy.
I think you eventually go around to the side, don't you?
Yeah, you can go, if you move away from that you can, but it's not ideal.
You can get a thumper and shoot it into the back of the rack.
You can shoot it into the back of the thing and it'll knock them away.
Knock them away, which makes it a bit easier, but...
At the same time, we much rather having machine guns as well, because if they do come down, you'd want to have a powerful weapon to at least be able to take them out, especially with 2 machine guns, you could probably take them out pretty easily. So we're down to 10, we've taken out 10 of them now. 11, sorry, my bad. And this is where it starts to get a little bit tense at this point, because first time we did this on Veteran, kind of funny story actually, and I got impatient because I'm an idiot and ran up there.
And I stayed behind.
I couldn't see the guy. Went up to pass up those stairs and took a right, and then the guy was right there. He basically gunned me down. I was bleeding out, and he walked right past me and just ran straight down to William here, and William just shot him to pieces, and we won.
It was about...
I had about 12 seconds left before I died. Yeah.
From bleeding out, which
Pretty
was very
intense.
close.
It was intense.
Yeah. So that's probably the most important. Don't leave this area.
Hence why we put it in the tips twice. It's
Yeah.
that important that if you leave the spawn area, you will get hurt. If you have both of you, you'll fail the mission. If you only have one of you, you have a chance, like we made.
Yeah.
But it really you don't need to leave. It's just a matter of being impatient, you know. If you need to, then just, you can occasionally mess around, but you need to have one person aiming up there the entire time. Or, like, switch over, etc.,
It is definitely possible to do this by yourself, also, on solo.
If you're doing this on solo, you're better off taking the 50 cal because you got the 10 bullets in the clip as opposed to 5.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend the 50 cal, even though the thermal you can actually see through, but it's not as big an issue as being able to actually take out 2 at a time.
Definitely.
So we're down to 1.
Getting the end.
Final go. I think I completely messed this one up. I don't think I hit the guy. I think it was all you.
Yeah.
But it's not that hard a mission, really, once you're doing it like this. There's a couple of other ways that are fairly cheap as well, we didn't do them, but I was looking them up.
Yeah.
And between this and the other Juggernaut mission, which the name still escapes me, these Echo Ops aren't that hard. It's just wet work, which we still got to do yet.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be definitely one to review when we do that.
Sure will be. And
Mission
there it
success.
is.
We're done. So yeah, I got 9 kills. Quike Life here got 6. Veteran difficulty 12 minutes 53. Okay, thanks for watching. See you guys around.
See ya.